Today we are in Jiaxing, which is 20 minutes by train, excuse me, from Haining. And sorry, we have walked from the train station to Nanhu, which is Nanhu South, and it is where we are now is called the Nanhu Lake, also known as South Lake. So we have just sort of arrived at the entrance, and here's just a little bit of what we are seeing around here, and the people doing what they do. Feels like it's going to start raining a little. Birds in the background, and very pretty little setup over here. And take some cover from the rain while we watch the people. Right there in the distance is some kind of a tower. Again, no idea what it is, but I'm pretty sure we'll find out soon enough. And it's a bit of a gloomy day, but it's pretty. No one's seemingly going out on the boats right now, although there were two boats that went past us just now, but just slightly bigger. Maybe a little later after lunch. Okay, walking along, a few drops of rain have not deterred us. So walking along, here's some gym equipment for the outdoor gym enthusiasts, and a little bit of the garden area where we will be walking. The Fee's about to put herself onto 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Boucher, boucher, boucher. YouTube.
Oh, YouTube's fine. Nobody knows me on there. It's raining. Motivated to exercise yet. Not doing any normally.
Good job, Nafis. Good job.
Yeah, right. I'm just hoping it will fall.
Okay, that lady who just came past was trying to sell us something in the snacky department. I don't know what. But yes, here are the pretty green gardens, all nice and clean, and it's starting to drizzle a little, but it's not raining yet, so we're still walking the walk. Maybe I can get a close-up of whatever it is this lady was trying to sell to us. She's quite adamant she needs to get something. Oh, it's fruit. A whole lot of fruit that she's selling. There we go, she has a customer.
Hello, 你最好。
Hello.
买一个吃吃吧，这个很好吃嘞。哎呀，这脆的，你不。
很warm, huh? There's some folks walking on the other side. And here is something. As we get closer, we will know what the something is. It's obviously some kind of monument or some historical something or other. We shall see. Well, this is probably not a bad idea to be doing something like this, to getting a view of the whole of the lake and stay out of the storm at the same time, or not storm but out of the rain. So maybe worth considering. And there's another one. Right now we're going to look for the pier and see if we can find it, and possibly just go chugging around on the lake. We'll see. So we're taking the easy way out, and we're going to walk across the bridge to the other side where we saw the boats, and we are going to grab one of the little boats and perhaps go for a little mosey along the lake. There's, if you give me 1 second, there's a view over there. In the distance there you can see, oh sorry, you can see a pagoda of sorts, very blurry, maybe better. So this is from the top of the bridge, heading towards those little boats, and here's the bridge. It's not very far from the train station, which is sort of on the other side of that motorway over there. And here comes a very enthusiastic man, walking rather quickly. And this is what the top section looks like. Top of the bridge. They always have these wonderful hoops and loops and things, pretty lanterns and things along the way. They always make everything look so very pretty. And on a day like today, probably good for us too, because many shelter spots for us to grab. So there we go, heading towards the little boats. People coming back from the boats with their umbrellas. There's a lady cleaning, as they do. They are forever cleaning. Everyone's sitting around, another lady cleaning over there. And people relaxing over here. Oh. Another pretty pathway. So they have some public toilets here, which are ladies on the right, gents on the left, and they are typical squatty potty toilets, but they are clean. And so before we venture on to the boat section, we just had a quick stop there. Okay, we've left the bathrooms. For the squatty potty idea, they're actually rather clean, so it was not too terrible. We've opted not to go with these little boats over here because they are pedal yourself kind of boats and it's too hot. We are going to look for the bigger boats, and as I said, if you walk out of your house looking like $1 million in the morning, within 5 minutes of being out you are so hot and so sweaty and looks like you have been drenched, which is pretty much how we feel. But it's not to win any beauty competitions here. Yeah, it's about seeing what there is to see and exploring a little bit of what is near and further afield from where we live. Lady cleaning very nicely again. They really have a huge amount of cleanness, and we'll see now about the boats. Okay, well, we found ourselves at a place. I don't know what the place is, but there's, I don't know, it's obviously some kind of historical something. There's something that could tell us. Don't read Chinese, doesn't work. There's like a little mini cave or something. No climbing, so please do not enter, I assume. And there's a little pop out to have a look at the water. Depth of 3 meters. Stay safe, says the board. This is the road going this way. Oh, here we have another side of whatever this place is. It's maybe a shrine, I don't know. Must be some historical something. Let's just have a look there if we can see. Yeah, some traditional, somebody did something kind of idea. That was the old Chinese, traditional Chinese writing. And a little more view from here. There's a shop and nothing happening, nobody here. We stopped for a drink and an ice cream along the way. We are walking to where the big, I don't know what to call them, maybe big boats. What are they called? Boats, barges, whatever. Anyway, and came across this pond which has got some half-wrecked lotus flowers and some, yeah, and this dude, don't know who he is. Okay, well, clearly this thing is not even recording. Oh, it is, so. This is edit mode. Okay, so here's this dude. We don't know who he is or why, but he's holding a lotus flower in his hand, so I presume he's king of lotus. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, it's very pretty. It's still peeing with rain. Those people are very brave. They sort of pedaling along there with their little umbrella.
And they're tired of paddling.
They're tired of paddling, so they're just sitting there in the rain now. Hoping, SOS, Mayday, Mayday. Anyway, I think we're heading that way now. We're going to go and see if we can be the lazy tourists and go and sit in one of the big boats where there are windows and we don't have to worry about getting wet. So that's where we are headed right now. Okay, well, we've managed to get as far as looking at the island where the boats are seemingly leaving from, and we still actually have no idea how to get to them. Presumably we have to keep walking around the park, and we are walking. It's cool. It's actually, the rain has sort of stopped a little. So here's a new view of where we are now, and we're walking along the pathway. It looks like another bridge on that side, and sorry about the bumps. And there's one of the little boats going in. Whatever else there is to see over here. Another little shelter spot in case we should need it. And we're going to mosey around this corner. There we go. And there's the sort of motorway again. Oh shit, the wrong way again. Okay, this is where we are trying to get to. My god, it feels like we've been walking for 3 days already. Just to find this boat.
We can't walk across.
And now we have another bridge to cross. My god. Crossing bridges and more bridges and more bridges. Anyway, we'll probably find by the time we reach this boat, it's going to be
Catch
closing time, yeah. But anyway, they look pretty enough. And the birds are singing and everyone's happy. I didn't take a picture of the sleeping quarters because I didn't think it would be appropriate to do so. It's like a little mini bedroom tunnel that they had going there. But anyway, so this is where we are. And there goes another pretty bird. And there's one. Let's see if I can get hold of this
That
guy.
boat over there seems to have stopped.
He's stuck in the trees there. Maybe it's a honeymoon boat. For a little bit of peace and privacy. Who knows? We don't know. Okay, so here goes this guy with great gusto. Right. We should ahoy, ahoy and call him here. Okay, we are walking along a footpath now. We have walked through the park. We've got to the boat area now. We just have a bridge to cross over, which is somewhere over there. And hello. And here we have what appears to be a school. It looks like a primary school. And they've got all the typical school thingies. Comes an ambulance. And yeah, this looks like an older part of Jiaxing. I'm just guessing because I've never been here before. So I'm assuming this is the old town. It's not yet the modern part of the city, but it's the first time here, and there are many things to see here, but today is just really very much just to come and see South Lake. And as I say, we are heading towards the boat now, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so we finally arrived at the place of, well, the place that we've walked to for hours and hours, which is where the boats are leaving from. And life can never be as easy as just getting onto the boat and paying for a ticket, because you actually now have to go and find a ticket office, which I believe is somewhere in that direction. And you know, we've done quite a marathon to get here already, and there's a load of people, like there's really a lot of people around, and they're on and off the boats, and we've now decided that it's just time to sit back and have a look and decide what our next step is. It's very pretty here. It is really quite nice. We did go to the part where you actually get onto the boats, and it's a big security section, and they take away your lighters there, which was a little bit concerning. So I say that only because I've probably got about 12 lighters in my bag, but anyway, I'm wondering when I'm going to light my cigarettes with afterwards. But anyway, we're going to decide whether we're going to take the boat or what we're going to do. But we're just taking a little bit of a rest now because we've walked a rather long way. And if we do get on the boat, there will definitely be some more to follow. But anyway, whatever we do, there will be some more to follow. Everyone very smartly dressed. Look at that lady. It doesn't look like she should be out and about in those high-heeled shoes and that pretty pink red dress. She should be sitting down somewhere. Chinese people are amazing. They wear these really, really high shoes and they walk in the most uncertain terrain in these really, really high shoes. And they actually manage to keep their balance and they don't fall and break their necks, which is quite admirable. We sort of do those, you know. No heel, you know. We just try to make it as easy as possible. But they perfected the art of wearing these really high shoes, pretty dresses, and they all look like they're going off to, I was going to say to church or temple or something like that, because they're just way too smartly dressed to be outdoors. But anyway, clearly they are very smart people. Okay, gosh, we're still walking. We're getting a bit of a run around on where the hell to buy these tickets. And looks like we're doing another lap of the park before we even going to get to this ticket office. And it's becoming just a tad boring now. Not the park itself, but the search for the ticket office. And we've passed it and we were told it was somewhere else, and now we are going back, heading in that direction again. But anyway, not to whine and be unhappy and moan. We are heading now this way. And, well, some new garden to look at. The trees are all beginning to look like trees round about now. But, so we're trying again. Last try for the ticket office. Last try. Okay, for about the fifth time we've been sent from one end of the park to the other, which is really, really big. And we have finally decided, we went into the main shop and they sent us to a building where there are tickets. We walked in there, the people looked at us as if we'd lost our minds, and they pointed us in another direction again, which is the direction we've already been at. And it would make sense to most people that the entrance of the place is where you would actually buy your tickets, but seemingly not. So we are now, we've had enough of looking for tickets and we are just going to give it a miss. That is the building that we were told to go to, and they want to send us somewhere else again. So we are just over it. And we're now going to walk out of the park and see what else there is before we head back to the railway station to go back to Haining. But it's been a very happy walk, a very nice walk. We've had a lot of laughs and we've had seen some very pretty things, and a little disappointed about the boat setup. And it's
to be continued for another day.
It's just so confusing that, you know, they have one sign in English that tells you in which direction to go for the tickets, and when you head in that direction they send you in another direction. And we are now at the entrance exit to the park where there is a little office, and one would think that that would be the place to buy the tickets, but it's not. So we are over it now and we are going to be leaving the park and hopefully find something else of interest that we can chat about later. See you later.